So my in-laws took off this morning before the pouring rain started, and we got them piled to the ceiling in their vehicle. Hi, I'm Bonita, and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income, and I am living off of savings. And right now, I'm spending the winter in my RV in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. I normally live in Kansas. I have frugal videos all year round, and I hope that you will join me this year in 2025 as we share ways to save money and live our dreams. Many people don't realize the savings that you can get in a 55 and over park in some unseen ways. They have garage sales at least a couple of times during the winter season, and they have really good deals. Now, I haven't needed to buy anything, but I have seen families come with pickups and haul off really nice furniture. A lot of the homes in these 55 and over parks, they have turnover. They sell, they move somewhere else, or sometimes they age out and they're not able to take care of themselves and stay here. And when they move into the new homes, many times the furnishings are still there and they want to change everything themselves. So they sell all of this perfectly nice furniture for next to nothing. And the garage sales they have, the ones that I've gone to, if you even look like you're interested in something, a lot of times they will cut you a good deal before you even ask or tell you just to take it off their hands and get it out of there. So don't discount going to a 55 and over community to buy some things during their yard sales or even pick up some furniture. Another thing is when they're getting ready to go home for the year, many of them do not want to take stuff with them that they have in their fridge. Many of them are traveling long distances or they're just traveling in a car and staying in a hotel. So they literally will clean out their refrigerators and give their food away. My mother-in-law has given me food the last 2 years, and this year I was prepared for it. Last year I had a hard time fitting it in my fridge, but this year I kind of knew she probably was going to do it again. Before that, a lot of people just threw this stuff away. If they don't have someone to give it to, like a neighbor that's going to stay here all year round, they just toss it. My mother-in-law leaves her fridge plugged in, but some of her neighbors that go back don't. And they all use her fridge to put anything they want to keep cold until the next year. And she gives me all of this other food. So let me show you what she gave me this year. She left me half of a loaf of bread. I didn't have any bread, so I will be using on that. She left me some fresh blueberries, so I ate a few and I put the rest of them in my frozen blueberry package and just froze them up so that they will keep better. And then she left me 5 eggs. I didn't have room for the 1.5 dozen containers, so I just cut it down the side so that I could fit it in my fridge. She left me some country crock butter. She left me half of a thing of milk and almost a full thing of cottage cheese. I know she's been trying to give away a 5-pound bag of chicken thighs and legs this whole season that I've been here. She had purchased it to cook it and give it to an older pet that they had because they had trouble chewing. The pet is no longer alive, and she has this huge bag of chicken thighs and legs, and no one would take it. So these are things that people do here in the park that help each other out. So when people are wondering whether or not they can afford to live in a community like this or even have a second home that they winter at, I just want to let you know that these people are very frugal. Before they leave, they have a whole checklist of things that they do, and all of them do it. They shut off their water. They shut off their hot water tank. They shut off any extra small fridges they have, like out in their little sheds. They pause their internet while they're gone. They shut off and unplug every single thing that they can, their cable boxes, their computers, everything, so that all they're paying for is to have their thermostat on like 85 to keep the humidity out of their home and the refrigerator on. And that's it. If they have small freezers, they clean those out and they unplug those as well. So many people think that you have to be rich to live somewhere like this, but I can tell you from my second year of experience down here, everyone is watching their money very closely and they are frugal. There is even a produce truck that comes to each park, and you can buy your produce there if you're unable to make it to the flea market. There are lots of free events and lots of free activities, and there is a community board where you can post things for sale, or even post if you can help people get to doctor's appointments or help people get to the airport. So lots of community support down here, even if you are away from your family. My mother-in-law said one of the first things that people said to her when she wanted to come down here in the winter is, how can you leave your friends and your family? And she said, I have tons of friends down there. Even as we were packing for them to leave, people were pulling up in golf carts to tell them goodbye and to give them hugs. So it is a very tight knit community, and it becomes that way at any of the parks that you choose. There are parks down here that are even more affordable than the one that I'm in. It just depends on if you want dirt streets, if you want more activities, if you want more amenities. I've seen some as low as $199 a month. So it is a very affordable way to be able to have a second home or to bring your RV down. And the prices have gone up a little bit, but as I understand from my neighbors, it's still much cheaper in South Texas than it is in some of the California parks. I think Arizona is starting to get more expensive, and depending on the areas you go in Florida, it can be expensive as well. So you just have to do your shopping like you do anywhere else. Tour it, visit with the people, see how welcoming they are. Everyone down here is so welcoming, especially the locals. They are glad to have us here. They're glad for the influx of income that comes into their community by having us here. And they are all so nice about welcoming us to their neighborhood. As you know, I'm a country girl and I live in rural Kansas, and I'm not used to seeing people every single day. But I don't mind it a bit. I can have as much privacy here as I want. I can be as involved as I want to be and as social as I want to be. And no one messes with you or pushes you to do anything that you don't want to do. So I would highly encourage you to put it as an option on your retirement to possibly look at wintering in a 55 and over community. It is not something that I had probably ever thought about until my in-laws started doing it, and they loved it so much that I started thinking that, hey, this is a really good option. And then I came down here and I would just felt like I fit right in, and everybody was so happy, and they're all like, see you next year. Like they just know you're going to come back, and that's your neighbors, not the people in the office. This video is not a commercial for 55 and over communities, but it is a video to show you what it is really like and to give you an option that maybe you had not thought about before. I like to show you guys ways to live frugally, ways to enjoy your life, ways to have the best of everything and be able to still travel cheap, live cheap, and not miss out on anything. Being a low income retiree doesn't mean you have to just sit in front of your television and not be able to do anything fun. As long as you are able to do fun things, I think you should be doing fun things if you want to. And this is a way for me to do fun things and not feel like I am ruining my retirement by breaking the bank. So I like to show you these different options. I showed you the one at South Padre where you could winter in the hotel right on the beach, and we're going to show you more options going forward. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and maybe it gave you some insight into the behind the scenes stuff at the 55 and over park. So when I watch them put away their stuff and shut everything down, it kind of makes me glad I have the RV. All I have to do is make sure everything is stowed so that nothing flies around while we're driving. And I just have to take up the hoses and we are off. So I don't have to go through all the work they go through. I've saw people out here power washing the outsides of their tiny homes, washing their golf carts, putting them up on blocks, covers, all of this. It can be a lot of work to have a tiny home. And I kind of feel like the RV gives me the best of both worlds. I can choose where I want to winter, and I don't have all of the work that goes with having a home, and I don't have the monthly bills that go with having the home, like the lot rent and the electricity when I'm gone. And I think that is a win win. Let me know your thoughts. I always love hearing from you, and I hope to see you in the next video.